Hello, everyone. This is Mary and Ray Gonzales tonight doing a podcast here. It's just like hanging out with you guys. Anyone who wants to come and join now. Ray Gonzales,
Hey, hey,
how are
everybody.
you?
I live in Las Vegas, right?
Oh,
And
hold on. Remember the music? I have some
oh
music
my
for us.
goodness, you started talking.
Listen to this music.
Wow, no
Did
kidding. Jeez.
you hear it?
Yeah, man,
And then I'm going to drop it. Drop. There you
wow, no
go.
kidding. Jeez.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so I'm good. It's cold in Vegas.
Oh my gosh. What's
It's
the
cold.
degree, Ray?
I think it was 48 today.
That's not bad, but it hasn't been raining, right?
No, it's raining.
Oh, it's been raining here for 2 weeks.
Well, I ain't had that much rain, but I can tell you what. When it goes from 120
Uh huh.
to 40,
Uh huh.
it's cold. That's just all.
What? Hold on. Time out. Time out. And I'm still holding this equipment. I'm gonna talk about this in a minute.
Okay.
You lived in Alaska.
Yes.
How in the world are you cold when the weather is only 40 degrees?
So it's like this. When you hear people say, climatization or whatever, like that's a real thing, right? People don't understand. So if you live in Alaska and it's 70 and it
Mm-hmm.
gets down to zero, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's it's cold, right? It's a 70-degree swing and it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it's 120 and it gets down to 40, that's an 80-degree swing. It's still cold.
Ray, somebody here we don't know said what's up, but because
Hey, whoever it
there's
is,
a
we don't know what's up.
yeah, but there's three P's, and then that smile. I bet you that's my husband.
Oh,
That's
uh,
Michael Toledo.
yeah, you tell brother Mike. He's brother Mike.
It sounded, yeah, it looks like that's Michael Toledo. We don't know. We can't see you, Facebook user.
That's it. Put your name. And
That's a good idea,
yeah,
right?
and so when it switches 80 degrees, and even though it's been over a couple of months, it just you we spend 2 months at 40, right? But we spend 6 months at 100 plus. So when you get used to 100 and plus, and we're mobile, so we work
Mhm.
outside, so it's always hot. When you get used to that, 40 degrees is cold. That's just all there is.
Well, now that you're talking about it, I'm kind of, I'm realizing that you're going from one end of the spectrum of being hot and then cold. So now I can relate. I know that, after you explained it, I understand what you mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know?
You know, yeah. What's going on with you, Mary? What are we talking about tonight?
I'm doing good. Hold on. I wonder if this is, it said it's Noah. So do you think that other one was Noah?
Hello. Hey,
We're
what's up,
doing
man? I'm
we're
gonna
doing
say
our
hey, what's up
podcast
to
like a
everybody. Yeah.
guessing game, huh? Anyways, folks, this is what's the topic tonight? Like what
Yeah.
I said, it's actually business networking.
Okay.
You know what's business networking? We're going to talk about that in depth, as well as I want to cover a little bit about it's tax season, folks. Around this time, I'm stressed. You know why? Because I have multiple businesses and I have to get the tax ready for the CPA and everything has to be, believe me, I'm stressing out already. And then on top of that, it's MTE in what, 2.5 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm
I
excited to
think,
go. And people,
I
if you don't have
know
your tickets, you better see you there. Shoot.
I got my ticket already. Well, our tickets, because mine's going to be with me. So I got our tickets already. Our hotel's booked. As a matter of fact, I'm going to, oh, and we're having, I don't know if you and Ermelinda want to come and join us. We're having dinner at a Land Remembered. It's a steakhouse
Oh,
at the host hotel.
oh.
So if you want to come and join us, let us know.
All right. I have to talk to my boss. And just so you people know, Ermelinda's the boss. That's just all there is to that. Uh,
Okay, another Facebook user we don't know. So come on, folks.
And
Put your name
so
so that way we know who you are.
and so and it is tax season, and one of the things that I hate, and I don't know why, right? I hate, and you guys have an accountant. We don't. We do everything ourselves. Uh, but I hate, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm lazy. I don't know. But
Uh-huh.
I hate getting out the 1099s. That just ticks me off. And they're
Oh, okay,
easy.
okay, okay. I can help you. I can help you. Well, I don't
Yeah,
sound like Denzel
yeah,
Washington.
yeah, check it out. You got animated and your voice went up 3 degrees.
We were just talking about that. Okay, folks, there's a story behind this. I have to put this on my microphone because obviously Mary is like what Ray said.
Animated.
When I get excited, I get animated. You know, so my voice is already high pitched. So to put this on the microphone, it's removable, by the way, folks. It kind of like deeper. It makes my voice a little deeper, right? Sound deeper. What happened to you? I can't
Ma-
hear you.
I'm
Yeah.
making fun.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes,
And
yes,
then
yes.
and then the only reason why we were talking about this earlier, folks, is because Ray is saying that I wish my voice sounds like Mike. He's got
Hey,
a
when
nice
Mike
voice.
comes on, Mike's intro is like, "Hey, sexy Mike Toledo. We're gonna go
Hey,
over the quiet
Brandon.
storm while we're talking about tools and fixing cars."
It's true. It's true. But guess what, Ray?
Talk to me.
Hi, Brandon. Okay,
Hey,
so please
Brandon.
no. So guess what, Ray? I told you to get this. You said I'm sure you didn't get it because you just confirmed it just now.
Yeah.
So I'm giving you this.
What's it called?
It's a Rode little microphone.
Okay, the
You
Rode
attach it on your
microphone.
phone. Actually, let me grab my phone.
What the?
Yep, you attach it on your phone like this. And then once it's attached, it's not going to hook right now because I have this case. See? Once it's attached, then you can talk.
Then I have what looks like a man's private attached to my phone next to my mouth. What is happening right now, Mary? What? No.
Hold on. Is this a comedy show?
Jeez. Let's talk about business. Dude.
Hold on. You gotta like get your mind off the gutter, Ray.
Oh,
Come on.
oh,
No, it actually works. Seriously.
okay.
It's gonna make your voice sexy.
Oh, the Rode microphone.
Yes. I'm
Okay.
bringing it to MTE just for you.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
so
But I hate the
and
1099s. You're gonna help me. Help me.
y- okay, why don't we start? Do you want to start with the tax thing? Okay, let's do that. So folks, the reason why I want to cover hold on, this thing is loud. The reason why I want to cover this is because even though that I'm highly organized, and I'm not saying that because I'm bragging, but because I have to when you're running more than one business, um, I still use QuickBooks. And
Okay.
why? Because throughout the year, we're gonna get our expenses receipts and invoices, all that stuff. So you're saying that the 1099, my solution with that, if you have QuickBooks, they can actually do it for you. If you're doing
Oh,
payroll, they can do it for you. And it's affordable. I think it's only like $45, $50. They're gonna file the taxes for you. So if you're
oh,
doing
really?
quarterly taxes, they're gonna
Yeah.
file your quarterly taxes for you. It's automatic. They
Wow.
they actually they will give you an option. Do you wanna like do half of it and we're going
Yeah.
to do half of it, or you want, and this is the fee, or you want us to do the full service, which is we're going to figure everything out for you. All you have to do is just press a button and it will tell you how much you're going to write to yourself as far as payroll, and then
Yeah.
we're going to file it for you automatically and pay the fees that needs to be paid
Yeah.
to the state and the IRS.
Yeah. And I'm fairly lucky because one of the things we don't do is we don't pay state
Payroll.
income tax here. Yeah, we don't
Ju-
pay state income tax.
oh, okay, but do you do payroll?
Yeah.
Okay. And then if you have 1099, you can also just retrieve the
That's
report.
what we do. We do 1099. We don't have any W-2 in place.
Okay, so if that's the case, well, then you can also print your report,
Mm.
at just like a clickable button.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And because what happened is that as you are entering the information,
Yep.
hold on, okay? Let me see who else is here. Because let's see here.
Brandon.
There's Brandon. Okay. Hi, Marion Ray. Okay. That's the last one. Okay. So anyway, so once you do the data entry, you're entering the information. Let's say I'm paying you and you're my I'm 1099 and
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm putting the information. So at the end of the year, all I have to do is press a button and then it's going to spit out the report, and then you can go ahead and forward that to your I can then forward it to you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or email
Yeah.
it to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if you don't have QuickBooks, what I did in the past is I had my bookkeeper do it for me, where he has a program or an app that he used, whatever it
Yeah.
is that he used, and he will do that. And I think he just charged me $60 for
Yeah,
like.
I think I'm just lazy. I just hate doing them. And I think it's the timeline, right? Like and all of our friends, they're all business owners, so I'm sure they know. But all that stuff has to be out by January 31st. And
Mhm.
I have plenty of time. We'll be straight. I just hate doing it. I hate that, like, there's the required, like, have to have it out.
You mean like that there's a deadline? You hate that there's a
Yeah,
deadline. Well, I
yeah,
hate it too, Ray. But what can you do? But hey, if your 1099 is like somebody that's close to you, it's not like they're
yeah,
gonna take you, and
yeah.
get you in trouble for not mailing it out at
Oh, no, no.
the
The IRS,
31st.
the IRS penalizes you.
How
They
do they
they
know that you didn't mail it out on the
uh
31st?
oh, because it has to be submitted to the IRS before you send it to your people. So say they file on January or February 1st, it
Uh,
has to be submitted so that way your 1099 is with the IRS
mhm.
before they file. That's why it has to be out by January 31st.
Well, that's what they say. But I think a couple of times I was late, and I don't remember them penalizing me.
Mm.
I don't, yeah. So, but anyway, so that's that. Now, since we're talking about this, obviously it's tax season, right? So now also the only reason why, and I'm not advocating for QuickBooks because I'm making money off of it. I just love the program because it makes my job easier. And I can also use it for my marketing because I can see report, whether I want it in like numbers or graph, and then it will do a P&L, profit
Mm.
and loss statement
Sure.
for all the years, and you
Yeah.
can compare it to, you know
When
what
you
I
need to
mean?
go get your loans.
Yeah, that's true. If
Yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah.
gonna borrow money from the bank,
You
this
need a
is
P&L. Yeah,
they're gonna say, hey, I want to see your balance sheet, I want to see your P&L. If
yeah,
you get, yep, any loans, right?
yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
true.
because we're business owners, so we don't have, some of us probably doesn't do W-2, or some people are like, what do you call this? I forget what it's called now. Oh my gosh, it's been a while. Sole
Have you
proprietorship.
have you
So
been drinking?
no.
Oh,
Speaking of that, the only thing that I'm drinking is tea. Have you heard about Happy Lemon?
it better have vodka in it.
No. Okay. Who's this at the end? Oh, okay. At the end.
Yeah, at the end.
Uh,
What up?
so this is Happy Lemon. I'm
Yeah,
addicted, and Mike is addicted. It's got cream cheese on top, right?
cream cheese
Cream cheese. They call
in
it.
my tea.
Yes, it's
Well,
good, Ray.
I just want you to know, I think I speak for all the Facebook users that are watching when I go disgusting.
It's not, seriously.
Hold on.
It's not.
I just want to know what kind of freak goes, "Hey, I'm drinking tea. I have this really great idea. I think I'm going to put cream cheese in it."
They call it
How
salted
does that even
cheese.
how does that even become a thing? Like, you
they
know,
it's Ray, this is a good idea for business. I swear. Do you know how much this is? This is $6, $7. Probably to make it is only $3. Literally just a tea. or maybe even less. So they're
Yeah, it
making
costs
like,
like 87 cents.
so you think this is 87 cents to make?
Yeah. What a dollop of
So
cream.
so
Who the
they're
hell puts cream cheese in their tea? Look,
so they
people
have like
write in and tell me, Harry,
500%
she's
profit,
hooked on some
Ray.
craziness.
500 profit, 500% profit. This is a great idea.
Yeah, we are in the wrong business.
Exactly.
There's a reason why Starbucks is every freaking where.
Well, you know what? I never got into Starbucks, but if I did, it would just be like hot
Yeah, you'd
chocolate.
get that chai tea. I know.
No, I didn't try the chai tea. This one is I don't know. It's just regular green tea, light. It's very light. But the salted cheese in the beginning, I thought it was bad, but
And
it actually
what
works.
all the listeners heard was, I spend $8 for a cup of tea. That's what they heard. What,
You know what? This is the only caffeine I have probably
mm,
throughout the whole day today. But anyways, let's move on
okay,
to business networking. So
okay.
when you hear that, Ray, what
So,
do you
so
think?
let me tell you, and this is a real thing. Uh, so when I was a kid, right, my
Uh-huh.
grandfather used to tell me, he'd say, Ray, talk to everybody. And you know me well, I talk to everybody. Uh, and
I think
he
you're
would,
my twin brother.
yeah, he would say, talk to every. No, I'm too tall to be your twin. Anyway, and he would say, talk to everybody because you don't know who's going to change your life forever,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
when me and Melinda travel a lot, and we go places, and we just fall into stuff. Like good things happen to us. We fall into
Mm-hmm.
doing different things and going different places just because we talk to everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I meet, like, I've met so since I've been in the industry, I've met so many great people, right? So many great people, technicians that I can't even touch their hem. They're so good, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I aspire to be as good as they one day, right? Uh, but I network terribly. I don't network well, and I don't know if it's a pride thing. I don't know if it's, I will help anybody,
Mm-hmm.
but I am terrible at asking for help. And it's a me thing. It's not them,
Mm-hmm.
because the people that are in our industry, if I
Mm-hmm.
reach out, I know they'll be like, Ray, what do you need? I'll help you. I have good friends, North Dakota, Minnesota. I have, people on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
And if I call them, I'll be like, hey, I need help with this. They'll help me, but I just network terribly. And when you talk about business networking and how do I promote my business and help someone else promote their business in networking, it's even worse. Like it's worse. I'm terrible at it.
So, so hold on. You're telling me that as much of an extrovert as you are, you
I am.
don't network?
No, I don't. It's misery.
Hmm.
Don't make a face. Don't make an ugly face, Mary. Jesus.
I just can't
Way,
believe that.
way to make me feel bad.
No,
Jeez.
no, because I'm processing it. See, now I'm like getting serious. I'm doing this, so I'm
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
processing
got to
this.
pop the hat back. Yeah,
I
no,
know, right? So I'm processing it because I'm like, that's the last thing I would think of you. Just because you're as talkative as you are, I would think that you would be like, hey, you know. But here's the thing, Ray. What do you think? Okay, so what's your definition of networking, though? I mean, because every
so
one of us probably have different definition, right?
yeah, so the idea of networking, and I don't know what the Webster's definition is, but if
Mm-hmm.
I had to put it in my own terms, networking would be when I talk with someone who has a mutual service, my service, you have a service,
Mm-hmm.
and we benefit from spreading each other's word together, because now I'm networking through someone else. I'm getting jobs from somewhere else that isn't me, and I'm helping him get jobs somewhere else that isn't his.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That's a form of networking. And when people say networking, that's how I view it, right?
I mean,
And
that's on point from what the Google has out there. Basically interacting and engaging
yeah,
or
and
mutual benefit. Yeah, that's pretty much on point what you just said.
and it's and I talk to people all the time because we're mobile and we're out on the road, and
Uh-huh.
and I meet people that do windows and tint, and I meet people that do lawns, and I
Uh-huh.
meet lawyers, and I have no business. I mean, I have no problem helping someone. So it just happened the other day. Someone was in need of a lawyer
Mhm.
because they needed to do a will, a trust, and we had just fixed a lawyer who was a family lawyer who did trusts and wills and things like that. We had his business card, and so I gave it to him. I don't know if he ever used it, but that's a form of networking for that lawyer, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh, I'm not good at projecting um, myself through others, right?
Mhm.
Let me show up at your benefit, or let me talk to you about this. We talk about, and I'm so proud of those guys down in Nashville and down in Florida. Those guys that raise toys for the kids for the holidays. And we
Mhm.
have talked about doing a Toys for Tots drive multiple times, right?
Mhm.
I've been in touch with the staff sergeants uh, for the Marines, that one gunnery sergeant who actually put on the Toys for Tots drives. And when it comes time to putting it together, they never return the call, and I don't force it, right? I don't
You
actually
don't follow
force
up.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, no, no. Wait a minute. I don't force it. I follow up. I say I make the call. I let them know, hey, I'm still out here, but I don't. I'm not aggressive enough, right? Like I don't.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not
okay.
aggressive. I don't go after it, right? There's a guy here. He owns a restaurant in town, and it would cost me nothing. It would cost me absolutely nothing. He celebrates. I don't know if it's Mexican Independence Day or what day in
Yeah.
September. Uh, but he's like, look, come and set up. Do dance here while everybody's here, and we have yet to do it. Right? Like,
Uh-huh.
uh, there are just money making opportunities that come my way, that because
But you don't use it.
I
Yeah.
don't network well. I just don't do them. Right?
Hmm. Well, the only reason why I want to talk about this, because if I mean, I'm pretty sure you probably felt it already. Somehow, with everything being expensive, some people out
Sure.
there are really watching their budgets, right? So business had slowed down a little bit, right? For some
Yeah.
people. And then for some people, maybe they're busy. Who
Right.
knows what? Because everyone's different. My situation will be different than Las Vegas. So, or my even situation where I'm at is going to be different than downtown San Diego. So,
Sure.
so for me, I figured the way I'm looking at it is that if my business starts slowing down, then I start my brain start thinking, and then here, you know, Mike and I
Yeah.
start like collaborating or thinking of how we get or stay busy,
Yeah. Yeah.
and come with that is like, you know, advertising or social media marketing,
Yep.
and then networking. And then even with just the networking, like business networking, there's so many things you can do if you really look and talk about it in depth. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, I'm gonna give you an example. For me, I like it when my customer referred me to their friends, families. So creating loyal fans, right? I've talked
Right.
about this on our mega media, and I've
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
it. I've said it, in the past too. So
Oh,
the
I say this to customers. When you talk about creating loyal fans,
mm-hmm,
uh, so there's a portion of a sale
mm-hmm,
where it's called the close, right?
mm-hmm,
And it's not when you get the money. And for all you people out there, pay attention because I'm gonna drop some real science on you.
mm-hmm.
There's a portion of the sale that's called the close. It's not when you collect. Everybody thinks that I got my money, the job is over. No, no, that's
No.
not when the job is over, right?
Mm-hmm,
The job is over when they agree to use you again or give you a referral. That's
mm-hmm,
the close, right? And I tell people this all the time, or Melinda, my daughters, they'll tell you.
mm-hmm,
The last thing I tell customers, I'll be like, look, I just want to be your guy. They'll be
mm-hmm,
like, well, what do you mean? Well, when you're sitting around watching the game or you're having drinks or dinner with some friends, someone goes, man, I was at the Walmart. They got me with the cart. You just got to go, don't worry about it. I have a guy. And then you think of me and you give him my card or you send him
mm-hmm,
the photo of my business card.
mm-hmm,
And then I obviously send him a text saying, "Hey, leave my review here," and that kind of thing, right? But you close when you get the okay or the confirmation that they're going to use you again. That's the close, right? That's
Well,
when the
here's the
job's
thing,
done.
Ray. Let me ask you something. Do you
Sure.
actually ask your customer that, hey, you mean, do you do like a survey before you end the transaction? I mean, when they walk, basically when you walk out, because your service is mobile. So
Sure.
when you drive away, do you feel like, oh, okay, I made this customer happy. Therefore, I have a
Absolutely.
feeling that they're gonna call me back or they're gonna refer me.
Oh, absolutely. And
Yeah.
we have frequent flyers with us. They call us back. We got some crazy people here, and we've been to some people's house 3 4 times, and I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the but you know, I don't want to fix this guy's car. I
Mm-hmm.
want to fix his car. I want to fix the mom's car. I want to
Mm-hmm.
fix the best friend's car. I don't want to fix this guy's car. I want to fix all their cars, right? And the idea when you say networking, I don't have a problem because I'm good in the customer relations department, right?
Yeah. Well,
It's a
you have the
strength.
personality too.
Yeah, and it's a strength for me. And anybody that's ever worked with me knows that that's a strength. I have no issues with customers. Uh, but
I mean,
you know,
I'm gonna
you know,
tell
but
you, Ray. So
yeah. Go ahead.
hold on. I'm gonna
Go ahead.
tell you, and this is me trying to diminish or put the other, you know, family member you have in your family. But I think because most of you guys all do dance, I mean, most of your kids or all of your kids, if anything,
Yeah, all
and
my
you
kids
and
do that. Yep.
Ermelinda. But
Yep.
I think in your family, you're the one who's outgoing besides Selena. Selena is can if you get to know Selena, she's gonna be talkative, and she's gonna like.
She's crazy. You and her are on the same
I knew
level.
you were gonna say that. Like Mary's crazy.
Yeah, you guys are on the same level. There ain't no doubt about that now, madness right there.
But those are the people. So if there are the people, if those people are people person, meaning like they are an extrovert and they like dealing with customer service or talking to people, those are the one that you should be having answer the phone. And I
Yeah.
think for you answer the phone because
Yep.
I've seen you before, like answering inquiries, like me. When we went to the ball game, and I'm like
Yep.
still on the phone while I'm watching the game.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So the reason being is because when they first called the business, whoever answered the phone would leave the lasting impression. And if you happen to be one of those monotone person, hi, this is den
Oh,
time. How are you?
oh, that's
First
the
thing that
worst. Oh,
no,
you. Oh, don't get me
no,
started. That's the worst. Yeah. No, this here. How about the guy that they'll be like, "Thank you for calling.
yeah,
This is
I don't
Jennifer."
like that. I do not like that because right there, it's giving me the negative vibe. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes. You know, I oh, don't get me started. Yeah, you know what I want to do? I want to answer the phone with energy. I want you to be
Yes.
like, "Whoa, whoa!" I want
Yeah.
to blow your socks off when I answer the phone. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to yell at you or anything like that, but
Yeah.
I want you to know I want to talk to you.
Yes. Uh huh. It's like what you just said. Mary, when you get excited, your voice goes to this high pitch, whoop, because I get excited.
I know how it goes. You don't need to
Yeah.
tell me.
And then also you need to make sure whoever's answering the phone knows how to seal the deal. And by being nice, even though you know that the customer asks you 1,000 questions and you're probably pulling your hair, you know,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and they can't see that you're like frustrated, you still have to compose yourself and keep that energy, like the high energy,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I'm excited to talk to you, and I want to seal the deal. So that's customer service trying to like sell the service, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had talked to Mike, and Mike had said one of these times at MTE I need to go on and give a class on customer service, and how to answer the phone and how to deal with people because uh, we as a unit, and it isn't everybody and anybody out there that's listening. That if you think I'm pointing a finger at you, it's because you probably do it. But we, as a group, we're kind of ornery, right? We don't like to put up with dumb people and people that don't really know what we do that need an education. We really don't have tolerance for, right? I've heard, I've seen dent guys treat potential customers uh, well, like they're dumb because they were being dumb, but that's not what we're supposed to do.
Well, see,
Especially,
that's why if you guys pay attention,
yeah,
any businesses out there, or
yeah,
most businesses out there, like, corporate
yeah, yeah,
or big business, who do you think is answering the phone? Who do you think is on the front desk?
yeah.
It's mostly women answering the phone. I don't know if you guys paying attention. When we hire somebody for receptionist or admin assistant, it's always the female. Because the female, when they answer the phone, for one, I'm not saying and trying to like put the man down, but they're just like their patience go a long way compared to boys, right? Man, compared to man. Not say boys. I don't want to say boys. Compared to man. So men can be, we can utilize them for something what they're good at, but women are good at talking, good at like listening. I mean, I'm not saying everybody, but good at listening
Sure.
and good at trying to figure out already what the problem is. Because when the phone rings, you know it 99.9% they're calling you for their problems. And if you somehow is impatient, don't want to deal with problems, then you shouldn't be answering the phone. You shouldn't be answering the phone.
Yeah, it's hard to network a business to business if you can't deal with just the customer, right? Like
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
know, and we started this conversation off talking about networking business, and it's turned into a customer service conversation. But the
And it's
idea,
all it's all into this because
yeah, yeah,
your
yeah,
customer will, you're trying to, the minute that customer have an interaction with your business,
yeah,
you are already networking because you're selling yourself. You're convincing that
absolutely,
customer to hire you, whether it's service or product that they need. And then if they're impressed and they're
yeah,
happy with your service or your product, they're going to be your loyal fans that they're now going to talk about you and your company and how they interacted with you or how you were professional or you're
sure.
rude or this and that.
Oh,
They're going to evaluate you.
and I am not talking bad about any of my competitors here in Las Vegas, but we get customers all the time, all the time that
Hmm.
they'll say, "Well, you were the only one who answered your phone."
That's why it's good to answer the
Yeah,
phone, right?
I
And I
get it
tell
all the
Mike
time,
that.
all the time.
Yes, yes.
Or they'll be like, well, I sent someone else a text too to try and just shop it, but they never answer,
Hmm.
right? And I
Yeah.
don't know anybody in the city that's so busy that they can't answer a text. Like, come on, man. And like, I talked with a guy, and he was just mean, and you seem to be really cool. Will you come and look at my car? Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely, I'll come fix your
Hmm.
car, right?
Hmm.
And then I'll just celebrate all the way to the bank.
So, but anyway, so here's the thing, right? I mean, the only reason why I brought it up is because I had a customer. I think I've talked about it in my previous episode where it was actually a hail job for us,
Okay.
and it was the older couple. Well, come to find out, this older couple, because I was talking to Mike about it. I said, Mike, even though they're they can't finish their sentence because as you get older, sometimes you have that brain fog that you're saying something, but
You
you
start
forgot the
stuttering. You have
vocabulary and the
issues.
word.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So the woman, I knew that she was like really smart because the questions that she's asking me, and then um, I would finish her sentence for her, and then it was like to a point that I'm like, you know what? There's more to this couple than meets the eye. And I was like, they're like, they got my respect already. The minute that I interacted with them, I'm like, okay, I'm hooked.
Yeah.
It's not just them being hooked on me because they're impressed with our service and how we deal with, being professional and the stuff that we can offer them. But also, I am like now intrigued with where this couple came from, what their background, and I knew that there's more to it than what I'm seeing. Well,
Right.
come to find out, and I didn't find out this from them. Come to find out, because I asked them, I said, who referred you to us? Well, a body shop from LA. So I said, you know what? Give me the information because I would like to thank them. We don't know who
Sure.
this body shop is.
Yep.
So that's networking, right? So what I ended up doing is that I called the body shop, actually connected with the person that referred us to the couple. And then just talking to that person, I found out that this couple, because I said, how do you know this couple? And then he said, well, they're my regular customers. And actually, the gentleman, I think, used to be a BMW treasurer. It's like in a BMW car enthusiast group.
Right.
And I was like, whoa. So he held a high position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was, yeah. So no wonder the way he talks, I can tell by the way people talk and articulate whether they have held a higher position or an important position. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was like, wow. So my hunch was right that they are more than what I'm seeing. It's more than meets the eye.
Right.
But guess what? Their insurance wanted to total their car. They were able to convince the insurance to actually pay for the repair and not total the car. For those couple to turn things around like that, they
Right.
had to be really really smart to know how to like negotiate. You know what I mean? And we're
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
into that too. Well, and now that I mentioned about negotiate, don't you think that business networking, there are some kind of like, I don't know, like negotiating in it? Because when you are networking, when the reason why you look confused.
Well, I don't have I don't have a lot of input on that particular statement, Mary. I was more listening because, like I said, I just don't network very well, business to business. I'm just not good at it.
Mm-hmm.
There are some skills that I do have, and the skills that I do have are pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
right? But this is one of them things that I can identify that I don't do well. Like I just don't,
Mm. Well,
right?
the only reason why I mentioned about negotiating, Ray, is because the minute you meet someone,
Sure.
whether it's in an event or not, like when we go to MTE, we're going to
Yep.
go to MTE. Why do we go to MTE? We meet new people
Sure.
besides meeting the people that we already know in the industry, right?
Sure.
So,
I just like to get the aura of all these great technicians around me so I feel great. Shoot. Hell you say.
so when you go and end up having a conversation with someone, you're sharing knowledge, you're sharing ideas, maybe me giving you pointers as far as how to deal with this and that. And you're
Sure.
giving me insight as far as maybe tools.
Yeah.
Okay. This is just a scenario.
Sure.
At some point, I have already decided in my mind, okay, I will allow Ray to have this much information, or he can nitpick my brain
This much.
because
Yeah.
I like Ray,
Yep.
but I also create a boundary for myself. And that right there is negotiating in my
Yeah.
mind. You
Sure.
know what I mean?
No. The art of conversation does have that, and several things happen uh when you have a conversation with you and me and the customer, me and my wife, my daughter and my son. Between people, the art of negotiation happens with everything, right? Like, and we start talking about, don't get me started, Mary, uh, the church. Let's just say,
Church?
don't just don't go there.
Fine, fine,
But
fine.
but you have an opinion, and that's really what I'm really talking about. People is just someone may have an opinion, yours might
Hmm.
differ. The negotiation has started, right?
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
now you just the same way that you would haggle in a tourist city where you're trying to buy something for one price and They want to get you up so they can make more money, and you
Hmm.
negotiate that price.
Hmm.
What they're trying to do is tell you that its value is more. And you're trying to say, well, it's only this important to me, so its value is here.
Hmm.
Well, when you have a conversation and your opinions are involved, you're doing the same thing. You're trying to show proof that your opinion is higher and someone's other opinion is not as high. And they're trying to do the same. And whether you're negotiating, conversing, arguing, it all works the same. I agree with what you said. As soon as you have a boundary limit,
Hmm.
you've negotiated that out with either within yourself or in the conversation. The person knows how far they can go with you. It's
Hmm.
absolutely right.
Yeah, and if you think about it, in any business, right? In any business, they have some. You know how I mean, even in our industry, they mention like secret in the trade that we do, right?
Sure.
I mean, like there's so many tool companies in our industry. Obviously, they hold their secrets of how to make this probably right. We've heard it. We've seen
Yeah.
some of this stuff play in the drama.
Yeah.
So you are willing to talk to someone to like network, but then yet you don't want to give out all your secret as far as how you're running the business. You know what I mean? Have you heard about that? Or
Um.
because you're looking at me
I.
like,
I don't. So. hmm, Well, I got to be careful of this next statement because it's going to be offensive. Uh. I.
just
Tr-
say it,
I.
damn it.
I
Just
just
kidding.
try not to be involved with the drama. Right.
Yeah.
Like I saw this John Wayne little thing. Right. And he's a cowboy. Right. And
Hmm.
they say life is hard, but when you're stupid, life is harder. Right. you
Yes.
know.
Hey,
And
I believe that.
so I try not to get involved with the drama things because what ends up happening is by being involved, I make my life hard. And I don't know if you know this, I have a crazy wife. You know, my life is already hard. I got
Hmm.
kids that don't listen, they're adults. Hell, and you know, my life is already hard. I
Yeah.
lead a good life. I'm in a good trade that pays me well, and I get to travel, and I lead a good life. But boy, I don't need to add difficulties to my life by getting involved in someone else's drama, right?
Uh-huh.
I just don't do it. So when you ask me, have I heard about it? The answer is no, right? Because I just don't pay attention,
No, I'm just saying that in business,
right?
or if you really know what you're doing,
Sure,
especially big business with
right?
a lot of resources compared to what we have, because we're
Sure,
small business owners.
yeah,
Those when you're at that level, you
yeah,
have trade secrets that to protect, and you don't
absolutely.
share those information with
Oh,
your
yeah.
competitors. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? You can probably work and collaborate at some level, but not to a point that you really know what that business model, what, let's say, Ray's business model is. You're
yeah, yeah.
not gonna, you're not gonna, and if you disclose that to me, then that would be stupid in your part
Because
because
now I've created a competitor.
fierce competitor.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, you don't hear Apple or Samsung going to lunch together or
No, in
sharing
fact, in,
ideas.
in fact, Gates stole his, right? Like we all know that. Don't
What
get me
what
started with that one.
what happened?
Gates John, oh, it's in the book. You're gonna have to read the book. Gates stole the idea anyway. That's
You're
how that
talking about
works.
Microsoft?
Yeah, look, don't get me in trouble.
Mm, mm, okay.
Mm-mm-mm. Don't get me in trouble.
Well, the only know, I mean,
Slander is cause for suit, man. Don't get me sued there.
I'm just saying the only way you would know is if there's a lawsuit, which is a
Yeah.
litigation. Because if money is involved, it's a litigation. But I think there was something with Apple and Samsung that there is a litigation.
Well,
Whether it's one
well,
thing, it's another.
yeah, but uh, so and the whole idea that they keep their secrets on their data and their operating systems. And this was a long time ago when
Mhm.
Jobs was still alive, and and Gates, and I forget it was not Staples. It was like
I haven't heard about
whatever.
that yet.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll
Yeah, you'll.
research it.
We'll have to talk about it after. I'll let you know.
Yeah, no, no, no,
I'll have to look it. I'll have to look it up again, and I'll send it to you. But
yeah, I'll
yeah,
research it. No, no, no big deal. But anyways, going back to business networking. So one of them is basically, yeah, customer referral. Those are
sure,
really good, and creating loyal fans. And even like look at it, social media. Social media marketing. Somebody that we don't know referred us to a customer,
sure.
and it became a job. And then now that customer is, well, I would say he's like a loyal fan because even after we're done with his car, he had called us several times. You know what
Yeah,
I
but
mean?
the ones that get me, and this is a real thing.
Uh-huh.
And if you guys have had this happen to you, just reach out and say. So the
Mm.
one that gets me is I'll get a call. They'll be like, "Hey Ray, this is John." I'll be like, "Hey John, how you doing? How can I help you?" Yeah, Martin got gave me your number and he said that you were really good and I should have you look at my car. I'll be
Mm-hmm.
like,
We've had those before.
I'll be like, who? Who?
Who referred you to me?
Yeah, yeah, Martin.
Who is Martin?
Oh yeah,
No, we've had a lot of those, and
yeah,
here's another one.
yeah,
And I think I thought about doing a podcast, episode on this. Here's another one. How about big dents that the other dent technician can't do? So the last customer I had, actually he ended up in my, in our office because he
yeah,
said he went to see another dent guy, and
yeah, sure,
the other dent guy was like saying, "Oh, I can't do this. Go see Mike." Then he was in, and then he told me before he actually saw that dent guy because he was closer to him because
yeah,
this was in Orange County. Okay,
sure,
so what happened was he researched us, he saw our reviews, and he saw that we do good because we
yeah,
have our stuff all over there. But then he found another dent guy that was closer to him, so when he went there and he found out that that guy can't do the dent because it's big and it's in the bad area,
yeah,
then that guy referred us
sure.
to this customer, and the customer came down to see us. So I guess the moral of the story is it's always also good to probably what get
Well,
I guess the what I'm saying is that maybe learn more stuff, or like up your skills as
well.
far
I
as
mean,
maybe
think about it like this, and our people are tough on newbies, right?
mm-hmm,
Like I see it in the social media. You know, people will be like, "Hey, I'm just started." They'll be like, "Just quit now." like like guys
okay,
are harsh on newbies, boy. They'll
hold
be
on,
like,
who said?
"Hey, I don't know. I see him on Facebook,
Mm,
and the guy will be like, "Hey, I was thinking about getting into business. Where's a good place to go to school?" They'd be like, "The School of Hard Knocks." Like, what the shit, man? Hey, go back to high school, start over. Like, what the hell, man? And
mm-hmm,
and I see it all the time, right? Not as often right now that we come into the new year. We're only 6 days in, but
yeah,
you know, you see it, and guys, it, guys that are coming up, they get no respect. But once you've made it,
uh-huh,
you know, then guys don't have any issue with going, hey, send it to Mike, or I'll get a text from somebody and be like, hey, I got a buddy in Las Vegas. Can you look at their car for me? Absolutely, right? Like that's networking within our own peer group,
mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm,
that's what you're talking about is someone's like, hey, I can't get it. You got to go see this guy Mike. He'll be able to
yeah,
fix it for you, right?
mm-hmm,
But you have to garner that respect first,
yeah,
right? Like you have to show that you have staying power, that you're going to be part of the group, and you've earned the respect of your peers, and you know and and when you talk about that kind of networking, within our own peer group, right? When you That's what you were
that's,
asking, like, what
that's
do you call that, right? Like, well, you call it, you got that network going where people trust that if they send someone to you, you'll fix their car, right?
exactly, because I wouldn't refer if let's say the table is flipped, and let's say I have a customer, and as a matter of fact, we've done this several times. Let's say, because we only covered the San Diego area. So if we
Sure,
have a customer that called us from LA or even Orange County or even Riverside, we're
sure.
not going to go all the way there to do the customer, but we're
No.
going to refer somebody we know in that area. But even with that, I'm very, I would say, particular, because if I'm going to refer someone, I usually make sure that you're going to do a good job, because you know, my reputation is on the line too, not
Yeah,
just the person who's going to repair the
yeah,
car.
yeah. Well, that's what's going to happen. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Joe Schleprock is going to call you up and go, Mary, you sent me to Felix Unger, and they jacked up my Beamer. What are you going to do now?
I would first of all, that would be a bad a bad, I would say, what's the word I'm looking here? That's like a bad rep, reputation. It's like a bad reputation on my part for
Yeah,
referring somebody that can't do the job.
yeah,
That's why I'm
yeah,
very careful, that I want to make sure whoever I'm using, as far as if I'm gonna, as far as referrals, that
yeah,
I know your skill level and I
yeah,
know
yeah,
that you're gonna do a good job.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So this is like a networking within the networking. I don't know what you
Yeah,
would
no,
call it.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is peer group networking right here. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and we've done that since '01. Mike is really good at that. I mean, my husband is one of those people that's like, you know what, I want to take care of you, but yeah, so I'll go ahead and refer you to this person,
well,
and
he
I've
knows
done the same thing.
everybody and he trains every freaking buddy. Well, of
What
course.
what, what do you mean?
Yeah,
What do you-
like Mike don't have to Mike don't have to think about it. He'll be like, "Oh, I trained the guy. I know someone there."
Well, in not all the time, because we didn't train Chris Brown, but I've referred customer to Chris Brown before in
You
LA
guys
because he's in
got
this
people in
area.
Alaska.
Yeah. Now, if it's in Las Vegas, hey Ray, before we met you,
Yeah,
I used to refer customer to Steve, that guy in
yeah.
Las Vegas.
Steve at the Dent guys. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because he can, I mean, he can do dance as far as I don't know. I just know it's like,
It's Steve and his sons. I've been to his shop twice. Nice guy. I don't know much about him. Uh, I've introduced myself. I've been to his shop twice. Real nice guy. Uh,
mm-hmm.
you know, and I really don't have nothing to say about him. I don't know him
Yeah,
very well, other than that.
yeah. So we've talked about all this other stuff as far as networking. Now, another thing I was thinking about, Ray, is that even like car washes,
Yeah.
you can network with car washes, with body shops, because there are some body shops out there that used us,
Sure.
as far as their needs. So there's a lot of ways that you can network. It's just, I guess, finding the time to actually go door to door and network. I don't have a problem with that. This is a good old selling back in the old
Yeah,
days,
yeah,
door
yeah,
to door.
yeah, yeah. Uh, I find that, um, and this is a me problem, right? Uh, I'm a bit of a control freak,
Mm,
right? And I have people in in my family that have wonderful personalities. Zelina could do it. Bug can do it,
Luna can do it.
right? Monique can do it. Melissa can't do it, and not because Melissa isn't capable, but she'll walk up to a door and judge you on how you look and be like, "Oh no, I'm out." Right.
That
Uh,
sounds like Mel.
yeah, Mel will be like, "I don't like the way she looked at me. I'll hit her in her eye." Like,
That sounds like Mel.
yeah,
She'll be
Mel.
like,
Yeah, we're not
forget
trusting
it.
Mel. Like,
Forget. No, she'll be like, forget getting the job and getting the
yeah,
the, the business. I'm
yeah,
just gonna walk out because
I'm
I don't like
walking.
you.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
No, Selena can do it. You know why she can
Oh,
do it? Because I've seen her where she can, like, I think she might be the type of person that it doesn't matter what environment you put her in, she's gonna thrive
yeah,
because she knows how to hang. You know what
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
You know
So,
she's crazy, right?
oh, I know she's crazy. I hung out with her when she
That's
was
the
here.
point.
When she was here. Okay, so let's move forward, right? MTE.
Oh,
MTE. Okay, Thursday, January 26th.
yeah.
We're going to be there. I'm speaking at 8. I think it was room E. Oh, no, no. Was it E or G? I told myself I was going to find out. It's on my email, and I don't want to stop now just to get the information. I I think it was either E or G. And then Mike is going to be in the same room, but he's going to be speaking at 3 o'clock p.m.
Mm.
Now, that's Thursday. So I'm so glad it's going to be on the first day of education, because after that, by Friday, I'm just relaxing and hanging out. I know you're going to MTE. Are you guys staying the whole time, or you guys are going to bail out again early?
We leave early on Saturday. Uh,
Saturday?
yeah.
Okay.
We get in Thursday afternoon, I think. I don't know the time, but I'm excited about going this time. There are some things that I really want to see when we get there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as I mature as a technician, and
Oh, I thought you, it's a good thing
yes,
you
I'm.
added.
Oh, Mary, calm down.
Oh,
Shit, is that where we're going?
no, it's a good thing you added as a technician. I thought you meant as I matured as a person.
I'm
So
old,
it's
Mary.
good you
Calm down.
added as a technician.
And so, there are some things that, uh, you know, uh, there are some technicians I've seen out there, and I hope one day to be as good as they are. Right? They're just
Who are you referring
fantastic.
to? Is it a
There are
secret?
several. No, but what happens is I say a name or two, and then there are people that I leave out, and I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody because there are multiple people that I respect as technicians that I've seen their work, and I'll be like, wow, and it's
Okay.
very impressive, right?
Mm,
And and but I still am constantly learning. There are things that I do, uh, techniques that I employ, or
mm-hmm,
or maybe I push this way at the beginning, but I don't push that way now, right?
mm-hmm.
And so every
You
time I go,
evolve.
yeah,
That's what you call evolving.
I call it mature as a technician, but
Mm-hmm,
if you want to be an always right kind of woman, Mary, okay. When I go to MTE and I see the tools, I think about how I perform now, right?
mm-hmm,
And how can this tool help me now? How can this tool benefit me now,
mm-hmm,
right? And and every time I go, it's just really exciting for me because I look at all the tools, I talk to great technicians, and one of the things that I do when I see a crowd, right? I like to listen to what they're talking to, right? Or they're talking about, because
mm-hmm,
they'll say some things that while uh, I may not know the extent of what they're talking about, but they'll give tech tips, right? They'll say, "Oh, I can go right into a hood right here with this and do that," or or
So
or
that's what
or
you
or,
call
or they'll be
attention.
talking about a tool and they'll be like, when you take off the belt molding, you get down the door, there's a hole right here.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I never knew that, right? Like I didn't know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I like to go around and listen to technicians while they're
List.
talking,
Yeah.
right? Because they will give you
Information.
lots of it, right?
So
I
that's networking.
Yes.
That is networking, right? Because
Oh,
you're learning as
that's
you,
that's Mary. That's just
yeah.
me being nosy, right?
No, but I think the way I'm looking at that is like it's networking, because you're finding out information that you didn't know in the first place. You
Sure,
know what I mean?
sure. Or they'll
Yeah.
say something that I didn't think about, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, if you clean this here, or if you do that there, I'll be like, oh, well, that
Yeah.
makes sense now, right?
Yeah.
And like the light bulb goes on, and uh
Uh-huh.
yeah, the MTE, Sheldon is great and Kevin is great, and everything that they do, shout out to Kevin and Sheldon. uh Everything they do to make it kick off, it's
Yeah.
so wonderful, and it's always really great when we go.
It's
uh,
always great when we go because a few things, right? It's to us as we get older and as we own, as I guess more people start owning their own business, I think what you would realize is that sometimes you don't have a life because you're trying to like get your business to a certain level of
yeah.
success that you're always working.
Yes.
So for me, I'm realizing that, whoa, going to MTE is like a reunion for our industry where you see your other friends who shares the same, you
Passion.
know,
Yeah.
exactly passion.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I'm
And
I'm
not,
I, I'm gonna tell you, and for those of you guys that don't know Ermelinda is my wife, and she pushes dents, and she's a decent technician. She's pretty good, right? One of the things that I love is to listen to my wife pick up a tool and go, I can use this here, right? Like she's
mhm,
working it out in her mind, and
mhm,
and it's exciting for me because well, I like dance and I love my wife, and
mhm,
I like what we do, uh
mhm,
and it's always really great to listen to her talk, right? Because she'll
mhm,
say, "Oh, you remember that time when we did this car? You know what? We could have used one like this, right?"
mhm.
And then we'll buy a tool, together, right? So even as exciting as it is for me to go by myself, I share my passion with my spouse, right? And so when she starts talking about dance, it's doubly as exciting for me, right? Like, yeah,
Well,
yeah,
the question is, Ray, when
yeah.
she say, "Hey, this tool intrigues me. Can I buy it? Would you buy it?"
Oh, yeah, she's wide open. Yeah, doesn't
You
matter.
can't
Yeah, yeah.
you can't
But
stop her from buying it? You mean she would
no,
just buy it?
no, come on, man. Are you kidding me? Come on. I'm not the boss. Did I say that at the beginning? Like I'm not in charge of anything.
But
I may be the face of the company, but Melinda's in charge, man. Come on. And
uh,
you
and
know,
and I, you know what I like about this, because some people actually they said, "Hey, everything's expensive, when you go to this kind of event." I think I think our convention is once a year. It's really worth going because people are saying, "Oh, I'm going to weigh it out because your plane ticket, your hotel, and then you're buying the tools, and then to go to education." Those are all adding up at the end of your trip, right?
sure.
But folks, you got to understand, this is what a tax write-off. So rather than paying Uncle Sam the taxes, why not just do this? And it's gonna help your business. It's,
Well,
you know,
and here's another thing too. So, uh, we gauge how productive we are, or
mhm,
how good we are, or how much money we can make based on the speed and how detailed and great we can fix a dent, right?
mhm,
First, how clean I can make it, but second, how fast I can do it, right?
mhm.
Like, and any tool that makes you faster, better, cleaner, can you put a price on that,
No, you can't because you're
right?
just growing.
Yeah, and
Mhm,
if that tool, so when and I'm not trying to get into investments because that's a whole nother conversation, but when you invest in yourself, right? And I was telling somebody the other day, I'm always going to bet on Ray. Like I'm always going to bet on me, right?
mhm, mhm,
I may not win all the time, but I can tell you who I'm not going to bet on, the other guy, right? Like I'm
mhm,
always bet
mhm,
on me, right? And so uh, when we talk about investing, right? Investing time. You've invested school, you've invested, time, tools, right? How is this small investment? If I spend, let's say I buy a rod. Now, I don't know what a rod is, and it doesn't matter from what company. Let's say Ultra.
mhm,
Let's just say, right?
mhm.
And I'm not endorsing Ultra. I'm just saying I buy an Ultra rod, and that rod costs me $185. Let's say, right? But with that rod, I fixed 10 $200 dents. Is going to MTE all of a sudden too expensive? Right?
That's how they should look at it.
Right?
I mean,
Is
if you think about it, like me and Mike, when we first started the business, I think the first 5, 6 years, the money that we made, I mean, yeah, it'll pay, I'll pay the bills, but we always invest in our company,
sure.
whether it's the equipment, the tools, or whatever things I need for my finance, right? We're always investing. How about marketing? We have a
Yeah.
budget for marketing and advertising, all that stuff. Yeah, we're always investing. So if you want to grow your business and scale it, you have to invest in it, and part of it is the getting the education. And I think MTE is the one that you want to go to because
Yeah.
you're hitting up almost
My
a,
problem is I need a sign out sheet because all my kids will take my crap and then I don't know where my tools are. Monique, who lives in Texas, will come up with something. I'll be like, "How did you get that?" Well, I have it now, Dad. I'm just going to keep it.
You should, you need to invest on air tags so that way, if you want to look
Yeah,
for that tools, then
I
it's
gotta,
good.
I gotta, yeah, I gotta put one of them clappers on it. Go up to my daughter's car and start clapping. I'll be like, "Yeah, where's my tool?" "Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know I had it, Dad." "Yeah, I need a sign out sheet. That's what."
Ah, so basically, you're saying you buy the tools, you write it off, and then they ended up at your
At my
one of your
kids,
kids. Yeah,
yeah, Joker.
yeah,
I need to
yeah,
give him. I need to give him shaken baby syndrome.
yeah. Well, here's the thing that I like about MTE too, right? It's like I like going because not just like meeting friends and meeting new ones, right? That's like new in the industry. Also
Sure,
finding out what's the latest trend out there, whether it's for the tools or like Mike now starting to look at like detailing equipments.
sure.
Like yeah, last time we were there, he bought this stuff for I guess buffing, and I said, "What
Yep.
is this thing? It's so small, and it's $300." He said, "Mary, this is the newest one, and you can change this and that." I was like, "Oh, okay."
You
So
told
I
Mike no,
no, we bought one.
no, no. You can't
We,
spend the money, Mike.
we bought
Irma
one, but I
Linda can
said,
buy whatever she wants, but Mike get a no.
"Hey, no. Here's the thing: negotiation. We negotiate.
Oh, that's right.
We Mary is a negotiator.
All right.
I'm
Uh,
always negotiating." I said, "Okay, you can buy something, but this is your cap.
yeah, yeah.
Because
And
if I don't put a cap,
he'll come back with everything.
yes."
Yeah.
And to a point, sometimes that we have all these tools, and then we realize he didn't bring a big luggage. We didn't know where to put it.
Oh yeah. No, before hey, that's a real thing. Before we go to MTE, and I love MTE because in addition to the tools, and then they have the Dental Olympics, and and Manny is a beast, and and watching people compete, and in addition to that, though, when I buy tools, we plan what suitcase or what bag we're taking with the idea that okay, if I get a 36-inch rod, it's got to fit this. So okay,
Mhm,
we'll pack this in case we buy rods, and then we'll put that in our suitcase, and then we'll just add us as a bag, right? Like
mhm,
yeah. Oh, people, pack properly. You're gonna bring back some tools. Just letting you know.
mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can't wait. I haven't seen, I think it's been like, when was the last time we saw each other, right? Some of these people I haven't seen in a while.
Whew.
Probably like a whole year.
Anson. We were at Anson for the dent trials.
Then trials?
June.
I didn't do the den trials.
Mm.
I didn't
I,
go there. I
I was
did.
me and Ermelinda and Melissa went.
Were you
No,
at
you
the
weren't
toy
there
drive?
yet.
You
Huh?
were no, you were not at the toy drive.
I
Anson
didn't go
toy.
to Nashville. No.
No,
You,
Anson had a toy drive too in December.
nope, I wasn't there for that one. This
See?
was the one in June when they had the dent trials and
Mhm.
you know, uh, with the 3 dent competition.
Look at this. Who's in the house? Long box. Ermelinda is correcting you. Long box.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, if we don't take a bag, we got to get a box. Yeah. Mm.
So,
Oh, hey, and here's a real thing. And here's a tip. Here's a tech tip. Ask the vendors. They'll sell out of tools, and they're gonna throw the boxes away anyway. Ask the
mhm,
vendors if they have boxes. You can put your tools in, wrap it, and now it's a
and
bag that
ship
goes
it.
on the plane. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. That's a
Oh,
real thing.
okay. Is it
See?
actually cheaper to ship it than to
Oh, we just add it
pack
as a
it in?
bag. We just add it as a bag.
Oh.
We add it as a bag. We won't ship it. We'll just put our name on it like you're going to ship it, but
Uh-huh.
we wrap it and whatever so that way because tools can be sharp, right?
Uh-huh.
And so
Uh-huh.
we wrap them and then we wrap the box. And Ermelinda's normally in charge of that. That's why she said long box because
Uh-huh.
you know she
She
knows.
she 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 remembered. Yeah, she got
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
she knows. She knows.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait. Some of these people I haven't seen in a year. So, well, I mean, for me and Mike, it's a challenge because obviously I have to get my mom here to probably help us with babysitting. So you
Gabby
guys don't
is
have to
like
worry about
20
that anymore.
already. Are you kidding me?
Huh?
Gabby is like 20 already. Are you kidding
Well,
me?
she acts like she's 20, but she's not 20 yet. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Speaking of kids, I thought this is our last topic, kids. So I am realizing that even though your kids are growing up, you probably can relate to this.
My kids aren't grown either.
There's still problems that they cannot solve by themselves, that you're gonna at some point have to meddle in to help them out or to bail them out of the predicament that they got themselves in. You know what I mean? I
Right.
mean, perfect example is my son. You know what I mean?
Right.
It wasn't his fault. He communicated to his coach that he's not coming back on a certain date. Then come to find out 3 days ago or 2 days ago, he's getting an email saying, "Hey, you're supposed to be here."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Well, our ticket is not supposed to, we're not, so he's not supposed to come back until the 20th."
Yeah.
So, well, the big boss said, "If you're not here, you're going to be out." But then we're like, "Oh, wait a minute. That wasn't his fault." So then he needed to make a decision because I said, "You know what? Let me help you." So I talked to the guy, the big boss over there, and, we see eye to eye, negotiating, happened on the table. So I went to my son and I said, "We got to go back. We got to buy a ticket.
Yeah.
And I know that we need to pay to switch your ticket to go back. There's probably going to be a fee, which I already know that." And obviously he's like 18, 19. The United States look at them as an adult, but they really don't know anything yet because they're just inexperienced.
Let me,
He
let me,
said, "Oh, why are you doing this? Why did you give in?" And I said, "I'm not going to play hardball with the director, because you know what? At the end of the day, no one's going to get hurt but you if you're not practicing.
yeah.
So
It's true.
we just got to go back. It doesn't matter if it's going to cost me money. The
And
goal
and
is."
and here's the thing. And and it doesn't matter if your child is 6 or if your child is 36. In my experience, now
Mhm.
my children haven't reached 40 yet.
Mhm.
Mel is getting there. I told on her. Mel is getting there. But
Mm.
uh, one thing that I know is that the job of being the dad or the mom in your case, right? That job never stops, right? I have Mal is in her upper 30s, Mo's in her mid 30s, Ray is almost 30, Z is a couple years back, right?
Uh-huh.
And the dad of the job just never stops, right? It doesn't matter how old they are. Right now it's about a plane ticket, but then it'll
Mm.
be about marriage. Then it'll be about children. Then it'll be about how do we get them through school, because you've already been there and they trust your opinion,
Uh-huh.
right? And and I'm okay with that, because you know what I don't want them to do? I don't want them to go somewhere else and get the answer, right?
So they
I want to,
actually come to you and ask you.
yeah, sure, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
See, the thing too, Ray, is that sometimes in their mind, they're like, "Okay, let's play hardball." When there's a negotiating here involved, let's play hardball. I'm like, "No, you pick and choose which battle you want to fight."
Now
Because
wait
when
up. I didn't say they always listen. Wait, hold on now. They're still children. They may be in their 30s, but they're still children. They don't listen. But that don't stop me from doing my job, right? And they
uh-huh,
hate it because I'm an "I told you so" kind of guy. Oh,
uh-huh,
Jesus, they hate that crap. But
mhm,
you know, uh, and we're all proud of Avon, and he's out doing great things, and and the idea that he wants to be a certain way, that's just part of growing up. And you know, we can handle it any way you want, but like you said, you're going to be the one that loses in this instant. Is that what you want, right?
mhm, mhm.
You know, and sometimes you have to exert your will. Sometimes,
Yeah. Well, no, some of these kids, and then that's why I have to like make them realize, because
yeah.
it's not just Avon, it's also his swim mate. There's a lot of disorganization there, so it's not just
And
one person who
and
made.
and and that's what I was saying. You don't want them going somewhere else to get their answer. That's what I
Uh-huh.
meant, right? You don't want them to go to their friends because their friends don't know any more than they do,
Uh-huh. Well, the friend is also in the same predicament, the other swimmer. So,
Mm-mm.
so I have to like tell them, look, folks, this is how it is. What I learned from my teacher is that in life, you need to prioritize. You need to
Yeah,
give up something,
to
figure
get
out
some.
which one's priority, and put the priority on the top. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that way you can like achieve your goal.
Yeah,
But
I was getting ready to say that. Whatever achieves the goal, right?
yeah, yeah. So yeah. So now are you telling me then that my job is not going to stop until I'm dead?
Pretty. I'm not that far yet, but when you when my job hasn't stopped yet, and I'm a bit older than you, so
So you're telling me, Ray, that even though your kids are married and they have kids and you have grandkids now, you're still there trying to like
Oh
guide
yeah,
them?
sure.
Oh my
And
gosh.
well, don't. So because they become adults, doesn't mean they don't need help. You're you're a grown
Well,
woman.
that's what I'm finding
Yeah,
out.
you're a grown woman, and sometimes you need help. You yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you need help. You have a partner. You have Mike. You have a business. You have people that you can call to help you. Well, it's almost the same. Sometimes they just need help, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's
Figuring
not,
things out.
and there's nothing wrong with that. There's
Mm-hmm.
absolutely nothing wrong with that. And that's what I was saying. I would rather help them. I would rather they call me. They're not always going to listen, but I'd rather they call me because I'm going to help them. I would
Yeah.
hate for them to go somewhere else and get a bad answer. Wouldn't you have hated it if Eamon talked to his teammate and teammates and him got together and said, "We're not going back," and then they
Well, they
get
did
back,
say that to me.
yeah, and then they go back and then they're in trouble. Like,
Well, they did say that, they both said that. And I had to convince and present it to them in a way that, look, this is in the dire needs of your attention. If
yeah,
you guys are going to play hard ball, or hard to get or whatever that is, then even though you have a valid point to be angry, this is not the time that you want to like argue because it's a losing battle. So
yeah,
you got to pick and choose, you know what I mean?
yep,
Which battle you're going to fight. Yeah. Yeah, luckily they listen. So, yeah.
good,
Well, I
good.
guess I have to like change my mindset. If you're telling me that I have to like still like do this even after my kids are, married and have kids, well, that's why I prepare them. But, I
But you know
guess
what they've never done? They've never done it till they do it. And so you know who they're going to ask? Someone who has.
mm, mhm.
Please,
So, are you,
there.
are you you're watching the game? I know. So, and we've been like an hour and 17 minutes.
Why
So,
you always keep me so long, Mary?
I don't know. We just end up talking so much, but it's good. We can like talk, right?
Mm,
Talk forever. But I better let you go because I know you're watching a game and I want to see what's
I don't
on
think
right
they're
now.
playing tonight, but I've been trying to find it, but I've been trying to pay attention and talk at the same time, and it just hasn't worked out for me.
Mm. Well, you know what, Ray? I appreciate you coming on and joining me tonight.
Well, thanks for having me, and hello to everybody out there, and we'll see you guys at MTE. I'm really excited to come and see everybody.
Hmm. When are you coming back, by the way? Because I know you're going on your trip.
No, we moved the trip. So I leave Saturday afternoon, but we take our granddaughter to Spain. Like we come back the 28th, and like the first, we take her to Spain. We're taking her to Barcelona.
So you're going to Spain next month
Yeah, the first of
in
February. Yeah,
in February.
yeah.
When are you coming back?
Oh, we're only there 7 days.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say maybe next time, next month, we're gonna do another podcast,
Mm.
another
Oh,
episode.
mm.
If you're not busy.
Well, I'll have to consider it. My schedule is so full, you know, so busy.
Okay, Ray. I
Mm.
can't wait to see you guys over there at
Yeah,
MTE. It's like 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks.
yeah.
Bye.
I'll see you. Bye.
Okay. Bye.